tree planting time. You boys ready to plant trees? Ooh. We're going to do this a little bit different because you can tell it has rained every day, and this soil out here is mud. And this cherry tree that we're fixing to plant, it don't really care for wet feet. So we're going to plant it on top of the ground, let it grow in the ground on its own. So we're going to give her a try, do something a little different.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It just shut off. I was going to show you.
Well,
Look over there.
I have to delete some stuff before we can ever start recording.
Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Oh, he loves the sun.
What are you talking about?
Potato.
Oh, yeah. Why ain't you helping, Gene? Huh? Why ain't you helping me? This is a perfect example of why we're doing this right here.
I'll come look real quick. I'm like a vampire, folks. I have to be careful.
See this good dirt about 4 inches down, and then you got just red mush clay.
Make me a pot.
Yeah. So we're going to try to keep our tree up a little bit.
Sorry, I about fell. Tucker digs. See these holes? What kind of tree is that? Oh, you gotta go out further.
Yep.
Don't need to be deeper, but it needs to be further.
Yep.
Just a tiny bit.
This is a Northstar cherry tree.
Is it a dwarf?
Dwarf. It does not have to have a pollinator.
Awesome.
It does better if you do, but it doesn't have to have one.
We have a tendency, if we have something that needs a pollinator, that one of them dies. And then you don't have a pollinator. There's a male kiwi over here now that doesn't have a female. We got to find one.
And I learned this week, did you know on muscadines, you either have a male or a female?
Really?
You have to have two for them to produce fruit too.
How do you know what you got?
That's wild muscadine, I must say.
Oh, how do you know what you got?
I actually read that, but I can't remember.
Okay. So our muscadine,
I don't know if our muscadine is wild or not. It has produced fruit, so
right.
That means there's one here in the woods somewhere.
Well, your dad has
yes,
muscadines.
Dad has some up there too.
And he's not very far. A bee could easily.
Right.
It's a beautiful day.
Yes, it is. And I don't know if we'll be doing it today, but we've also got some plum trees coming.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to make it today. I think it'll be Monday. And next week is supposed to rain. So.
It needs to quit raining for a little while.
Yeah, I agree. They're called Shiro plums. Yeah, it's a yellow Asian plum, and they are extremely productive.
There's another piece of that agate.
Boy,
well, if we could sell
we
that,
need to throw them way over there, honey. Don't hit your corn, though.
We can sell rocks.
You can.
Make them cute.
Remember we were in that flea market?
Yeah, that's true.
And they had
pretty rocks, though.
they had so many rocks for sale.
What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah, that looks good.
Then we'll put the tree down in there and put the good soil around it, right?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, the soil you dug out, we're not going to need.
Right. This is like a planter's wart. That's what I am, like a planter's wart.
Do you have a knife?
Man, I don't know.
I had to take that label off that red maple this morning. It was cutting into it.
Did they say anything about the needing to take off the?
It gave me no planting instructions at all.
Really?
Yeah, but that will need to come off, I'm sure.
Well, I'm going to go get some wire cutters. So.
All right. Well, let me stop this for a minute. All right, the big boss is here. He's gonna plant this tree. We don't need Jay over here. Is he doing it right, Ollie? Is he taking care of things? He's gonna plant this tree. Okay. He said, "You're not doing it right."
All right.
Another tucker hole took him out too.
Hey, while I'm cutting this off, you don't care. Tell them about your row of weed barrier there. I was gonna do that.
Okay. Well, something. I think that I would put some topsoil down and bring that ring up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna put. Okay. All right.
I think just only a
pee on my tree, boy.
I think only a couple of inches of the bottom of that ring needs to be in the dirt. Otherwise, you're blocking root growth.
Okay.
And we wanted to go up more than down, so. All right. Okay, let's spin you around, make you sick. This is tillage radish, and there's what red radishes I had, I threw in there too. And beets, avalanche beets, they're white from Hostel. And down on that end is zinnias and cosmos and more tillage radish. I just want it for it to go to seed, and bring in pollinators. That's what I planted it for. So I planted it real thick. I don't care if it makes a radish, but if Jay wants to eat one, or we want to roast some or whatever, we can. But that's what that is. That's just to bring in the pollinators. And it is also a bit of a weed barrier between the yard and the garden. Just something to help block the weeds as well. Didn't work too good down on this end. There's that male kiwi climbing up my garden fence. This is where I did zinnia and Cosmo, and that's probably some of what I'm seeing, maybe. But they didn't do real good, so there will be weeds on this end. But anyway, we'll get back over here and gotta watch my student. Since I'm the master gardener, I guess he's the student gardener.
Does that look better?
Yeah, because if it was too deep, it was gonna block the roots of the tree.
That's what I was thinking.
So this way, they can grow on into the ground. And is that okay, Ollie?
He was watching me.
Yeah. Yeah, he said it was fine. He said, that's fine. He said, you're slow. Is he slow? Yeah. Hey, tell me. Is he being...
We'll be very, very lucky if we don't mud out.
Are you getting dirty?
Yes.
Did you take a bath this morning?
Not yet.
Well, that was probably smart. I'd get my scissors or my knife and cut down the side of that.
I know, but... Here, reach in my pocket.
Don't jump. I'll cut my finger off. Yeah. Boy, it's almost like it was a bare root one.
I think it was a bare root one, and they just, like when we ordered it, they went out there.
Yeah, which wasn't what it was supposed to be. It's a healthy one, but the soil should not have been that loose around around it. Look at the roots and see if it looks like they cut a bunch of them off. Because they'll do that when they send bare root. Yep. Yep. We got this at Home Depot.
I think we're supposed to not bury the graft, right?
I would not bury it any deeper than they had it.
Exactly.
But that was not... I'm a little aggravated. I didn't buy a bare root tree. But that's what they sent us. In disguise.
I know it's a little crooked right now, but once
Fine.
Once I get some dirt in there, I'll try.
We'll have to put a stake in anyway. Now I'd put the rest of that dirt that they gave you.
Yeah. Around the top.
Yeah. This is just a way to...
Try to keep it from keeping its feet so wet.
Yeah, because the water is holding over here so bad, we don't want the roots to rot. And if you'll elevate your tree just a little bit in a wet area, then in the drought of the summer, they'll still be okay.
Usually,
and not
you don't
rot.
necessarily want to plant trees until fall.
Yeah, because of
wet season. But if you're planting in the spring, the wet time of the season, you need to plant them up.
Yeah.
Or you have the problem like you need to go out there and show them our nankins.
Yeah, I'll go show them. And we just cut a barrel up, or he did. I watched him with with a chainsaw. We cut it into these rings, and when you're weed eating or whatever like that, then you're not going to have to worry about, damaging the trunk of your trees or your shrubs. And you can give a little bit better soil in that top area while it's making its rooting. That looks really good.
Looks good, don't it?
Yeah. And we'll just put a stake off to the side
now
when it starts leaning.
The Northstar cherry is supposed to do really well in Arkansas. It's supposed to be one of the best low maintenance cherry trees you can have. It doesn't need a pollinator, and sometimes they will go ahead and fruit the first year. Now I don't expect it because we're running late, but hopefully next year we'll have 3 or 4 cherries.
Oh yeah.
I'll be happy with just 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Do I need to replant these agates?
That is totally up to you. If you want to brace that trunk with them, you go right ahead.
No.
Did they have that buried deeper than what we do, or is it okay?
It's okay.
All right. I'm just pulling his leg. Let's go over here and look and see.
Hang on, I'm gonna fill some of these holes.
Look at that water sitting in that
Yeah.
in that hole right there. There's a couple more over here too that Tucker dug. Big deep one right there and right here.
See, I'd say he's chasing moles, but the problem is there is no mole hills here. There's no mole run.
Well, that's what I thought he was doing too. Is there's another one right here too, I think. Yeah. I see a few apples on the ground.
Yeah,
See, there's several right here.
We're gonna lose some, no doubt.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them right here, but we got this issue. I don't know. If y'all know what that is, let me know. But we do have that one. See, that one ain't no good. But this one will stay. Sorry. I forget I got the camera in my hand and I start just doing whatever. That one ain't no good. See how it's just a little dank. But then you got that one is. Those are. So I think we'll get some apples. Anyway, let's go look at this problem. Now, I don't think in the heat of the summer that this will be a problem, but we've had a lot of rain, and this is clay and rock over here where we planted these trees, and that's standing water. So they're planted in standing water basically. This is holding, and I'm afraid see how the leaves are starting to get a little bit yellow. That's what happens if they're in too much water. The roots drowned, all the nutrients are washed away. So the option we have is to raise them up, because it's going to do the same thing next spring. But if we could raise them up a few inches like we did that one, then you're going to give the roots some more air. Yeah, we're just giving them a few more inches. Now, that apple's done fine, and that apple's done fine, but it goes downhill from here more. It goes further down, and it's just kind of sitting there. So we're gonna have to do something, or we'll lose both those Nankings. They won't be productive because they'll be fighting sickness all the time. All right.
Hey y'all, I wanted to show y'all. I think she's done talked to y'all about the Nanking cherries, but I wanted to look, Tucker. I was going to show y'all my corn, but somebody's decided they wanted to dig in it. Look here. I got some corn coming up. And I probably had some right here. Yeah, right there. And somebody decided they wanted to dig in it. There's another one. And there's some more over there. And I got some planted over here, of course. But I'm going to have to beat a dog, I guess. Because he's decided he wants to dig in it. Whew. Oh. And her horseradishes are still doing good. Yeah, her horseradishes, and we got some garlic growing up here too. These are yellowing out a little bit. But like I said, this stuff is holding. We've had rain every day. Every day. And I know it's springtime, and that's just the time of year that we get it. But folks, we've been getting like 3-4 inches of rain a day. Look at there. Would you look at there? Hopefully that means our cherry tree will do good, you reckon? I sure hope so. Folks, she's cracking the whip. I got to get over here and see what needs to be done. Y'all take care.